Okay, now that we are here in our Kali Linux, so let's go ahead and open the terminal. And the terminal is open, and first thing we want to do is to update the system. So let's do sudo app update and enter, and it asks you to put your password, so it's going to be enter. And now we're just going to give it a time, let our system update. As you can see, it is updating now. Okay, as you can see, we have 22 packages that can be upgraded. Let's go ahead and upgrade those packages. So to do that, you do sudo app upgrade -y. So the reason that we put the -y is gonna be as like we agreeing into upgrading. So let's click enter. Okay, now our upgrade is done. Let's clear the terminal. To clear the terminal, you do clear and enter. Okay, now that we are done, let's go ahead and revise the comments that we learned before. So we're gonna start with who am I. So, and it's gonna tell you exactly who you are. Okay, now let's go ahead and use our first comment that we learned before. So it's gonna be who, enter. As you can see, it is Mara2. And then now we want to know our directory. To know your directory, you do pwd, enter, and it's going to show you we are home. Now let's try to understand the list of files that we have inside our home. You do ls, type enter. So this is the list of files that we have, and then we want to know all the details. Like we want to know all the details of these files have, like when they were created and who created them and what time and month. Okay, so I was saying that we want to know all the details about this file. To know that, you do ltr and enter. They give you the details on those different files, who create them, what type of file they are, and the size of the file, the month, the date, and then the time that those files were created. Okay, so now we want to clear our command line. Okay, so now what I'm gonna be showing you guys today, it is how to create files directory in your system. So if you want to create files, and if you want to create directory, how to copy files, copy directory also. Okay, so the different command line that we're going to be learning today is going to be, first is going to be touch, and when you're done with touch, it's going to be cp copy. When we're done, the next one would be, we have touch, you have vim, the vi. So we're gonna learn that one too, and we're gonna learn how to copy a directory. Okay, so now to create a file, you wanna type touch and the name of the file. Okay, so the first file that we're gonna create is, we're gonna name it as Libran starts txt. Click enter. So when you click enter, and then you have this response, it shows you have this response right here. It shows you that your file was created. Okay, but we want to make sure that our file is created. Let's go back and double check onto, first before we double check on the file, let's see exactly where we at. So we do pwd, and then give you we are home, and let's list the file that we have there, and we should have the Libran status up there. So enter. There you go. Libran status is right here. Okay, so we have our first, let's clear first. We have our first file. Now let's create a second file. So the second file, you do touch, and it's gonna be nba schedule.csv. That's gonna be our second file, and enter. Okay, so now the third file will be touch, and that's gonna be warrior roster.txt, enter. So that's the third one. And then the fourth one, it will be, again, remember we practicing the command line touch, how to create a file. Okay, so and it's gonna be game, let me just write it like this, touch game highlights.md. okay, I'm missing something here, maybe highlight md, I think I spelled it right, highlights. Okay, now enter. The last file that we're gonna create is gonna be touch playoff bracket html. Okay, enter. So now let's go ahead and double check if all the files that we created, they are there. So first we want to practice on going back to our directory, and to know exactly which directory you are, you want to do pwd, we are home for sure, and then let's list the files that we have. As you can see, we have the Libran status right here, the game highlight is here, NBA schedule is here, playoff is here, and then the Warriors is here. The Warriors roster is here. Okay, now we want to do lsr, which is the command line. They're going to show us exactly more detail about this file, who created them and what time they were created and the size of this file. So let's do ls-ltr, enter. There you go. So now we have the different files, what type of file they are, who created, who owned them, the size of the files, and when they were created, the month, the day, and the time. You know, this is the last file that we have. Okay, we have those files that I created. Okay, now let's go ahead and clear the terminal. Okay, so now that we're done with creating file, let's learn how to create directory. Okay, so now to create a directory, okay, before we create a directory, there is another way you can create those files. So I can do touch and then name all the files here one by one. I name them here and then type enter, and it will create all the files, but I wanted to go through them one by one so I can understand exactly and get used to using the command line touch. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and then I'm gonna give examples so you guys understand. For example, touch here, let's do Virginia, and let's see Senegal. This is just some random examples. Africa. Okay, so as you can see here, so we have this file here that we're gonna create that has like put all the name like in the same line, so which is Virginia, Nevada. I spell it wrong, but whatever. So Nevada and then Senegal, Dakar, Africa. Okay, and then now you type enter. Okay, so now we have all let's double check if those files were created. Let's do ls, enter, and then boom, as you can see we have them here. So we have Africa, Dakar, you know, Nevada is right here, even though spell it right and wrong, and then Senegal, Virginia. Okay, right. So now let's clear our terminal, and then now what we want to do, we want to create directory. So the one that we just created, those are the files, and then now we want to create directory. Okay, so let me show you what's the difference between the file and directory. So let's double check, make sure where we are our home. Let's list them. Okay, so let me just list them this way, make more sense. Okay, so those ones in blue, those are the directories, and then this one right here, those are the files. The white ones are the files, and the blue one, they are the directories. Okay, so now we want to create more directories that we already created the files here. Now let's clear. Okay, so now the first directory that we want to create is going to be like different team name. Let's use 5 NBA teams, and to create a directory you want to use the command mkdir. That's the command line that you're going to use to create a directory. So now the first team is going to be Lakers, and click enter. The second one going to be Miami. Cannot forget my boy Remy, Miami. Okay, there you go. Let's create another one. Let's do the Piston. I cannot forget my guy Hassan. Okay, I think that's how you write Pistons. Okay, click enter, and that's 2 teams right there. Let's create another one. Celtics. Yeah, maybe Celtics. Enter, and let's create the last one, Bulls. So it's gonna be okay. So now we created, so we have Lakers, Miami, Pistons, and then we need one more thing. Let's create Warriors. So let's do mkdir and Warriors. Okay, so let's click okay, so now we already created this different directory, and let's go ahead and double check, make sure that our directory were created. So let's double check again where we are. pwd, enter, and then let's list them. And to have more detail, there you go. All right, so we have these files that I created, and then now I have this different directory that I created. As you can see here, this is the difference between a file and a directory. See how we started? Probably I will have time to go through explaining the type files. We will get there, but this is, you know, this is the file's name, and then this is the directory name. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and get our coffee break. Okay, so now let's clear. Now that we know how to create a file, and now we know how to create a directory. Okay, so let's see directory. Okay, so now we wanna copy. Let's see, let me go ahead and bring the list so we know what we're talking about. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to copy this NBA schedule inside of the Lakers. Okay, so we're gonna copy. If it was like a Windows operating system or other operating system, you just highlight and then just right click and then do copy. Okay, but here inside of Linux it's a little bit different. Most of the enterprise company like level, they use just the command line, and I have been, you know, practicing and try to make sure that I know much about this command line. So okay, now what we want to do is we want to copy the NBA schedule and paste it inside of Lakers. Okay, so to do that, you do copy and then NBA. Make sure to spell it right, because if you spell it wrong, it's not going to go through. NBA, okay, NBA schedule, yes, V. Okay, so that's what we want to copy. Let's do enter. Oh, you see, I missed something. Okay, NBA, CP, NBA schedule, NBA, CSV. Okay, CP missing destination file version after for my information. Okay, so I was trying to copy a file into directory. Okay, I know what I did wrong here. I was not even done. I know what I did wrong. This is what I needed to do. So you do CP copy, which is NBA file. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This is, I don't want it to be complicated. So let me bring it back the list. Okay, now we want to copy NBA schedule into Lakers, right? So we do CP, which is copy, and then NBA schedule CSV, and then we want to copy that inside of Lakers. Okay, so let's see inside of Lakers. Okay, let's do enter. There you go. Now we're talking. Okay, I know what I did wrong. So I forgot to put Lakers. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure that our NBA schedule is copied inside of our Lakers. Let's do pwd, understand where we are, and then let's do the list. Okay, we have the list here. So now we want to go inside of Lakers, and to get inside of Lakers, you do cd, which is change the directory, and then you type Lakers and then enter. Okay, now we are inside of Lakers. As you can see here, we are inside of Lakers, right? So now let's see how many files there are inside of Lakers, and we do ls list, and then there you go. We have our file right here in NBA schedule. Okay, so now it's good. Let's now get out of Lakers. You do cd, enter, and then let's see where we are at pwd. We are home. Okay, now let's copy playoff. Let's make another copy. Okay, let's do game highlight. Okay, game highlight. Okay, we have game highlight. Okay, let's copy that .md. Let's copy that inside of Miami. Okay, and click enter. There you go. So now let's get out of, let's see where we are first. We see pw, enter, and then we're home. ls list, we are here. So let's go inside of Miami, and to go inside of Miami, you do cd, which is change the direction into Miami, click enter. Now we are inside of Miami, as you can see here. So now what we want to do, we want to list the files that we have inside of Miami. So let's do ls, and boom, so our game highlight is right here. Okay, so now we know how to create a file, we know how to create a directory, and we know how to copy a file. And then now what we want to do next is let's see how to, so let's see the list that we have, and then now let's get out of Miami. Okay, let's do pwd, enter. Now we're back here, and then let's list them. Okay, so now let's go to our root. I'm gonna show you guys something. So let's do cd / and then enter, and then we are inside of the root, and then let's do list. Okay, so this is the different, we have bin, we have boot. This is the different directory that we wanna learn how to copy a directory. Let's go ahead and try it. So let's go ahead and make sure that we are inside our directory, pw enter, and then we are home. Let's list. Okay, so now we have our different directories and files here. Now what we want to do, we want to copy, let's say, Miami Heat, and then paste it inside of NBA teams. Okay, let's try. You do cp -r space, let's change the team, let's do Pistons. Pistons. Okay, that's what we want to copy, right? And we want to paste it inside of where we're gonna let's copy inside of temp. So it's going to be tmp / and then let's put it the name. Let's put a name. So let's name it as 1. Okay, iPhone 1. Let's name it like that. Let's try. Okay, it looks like it went through. Okay, so now to copy a directory, you want to type cp and minus or hyphen, whatever, r, and then the name of the directory, which is piston right here, and then temp. This is another directory inside of our root, and then we have the new name. So instead of being piston, it's going to be like piston 1. So this is how I understand it. There is a lot of way to do it, but so far this is what I learned. And as I get like better into creating our file and then copying file, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and double check inside of a temp if we have the piston 1 there. Okay, so now to do that, we want to go back to our root. To go to your root, you want to type cd space and / and then click enter, and now we are inside of our root. Now we want to list the different directory we have there, and to do that you type ls. Now ls. Okay, so now this is temp right here, as you can see. So now let's go inside of temp, see if we have our piston 1 there. So let's do cd, which is change the directory, to inside of temp. So now we're trying to go inside of temp here. So click enter. And now, as you can see here, we are inside of temp. And then now let's list the different files that we have there. So we have ls type, boom. There you go. This is our file right here. This is our directory right here. This is our directory. And let's get more detail into, let's do ls -ltr enter. Okay, so this is piston right here. This is the one that we created. You see, this is the one that we just created. Nice. Those are the different file that we wanted to learn about today, which is how to create a directory and how to copy a directory. Actually, there is one comment that I forgot, which is v and vi, and then you type to create a file, you type vi and type the name of your choice. Let's see. Okay, and then now you type enter. We click enter. Okay, now it's like in a different interface. So here you gotta be careful on exactly what you're gonna do here, because it's a little bit different. So now you wanna type on shift colon, and then you wanna type W Q and then exclamation, type enter. There you go. So now we created our file. So let's go back, see if our file was created. Let's do PW. We are in Mara, and then let's list. There you go. As you can see, this file is right here. It's done. Yeah, that one is a little bit different. I mean, I need to do a lot of learning about that, the way that I created this VI right here. But yeah, so those are the different command lines that I learned today. So hopefully I'm gonna see you guys into my next video.